Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome to Homunculus Hotel, the full version of the game. We played the demo for this a few months ago. This is of course another Team SolEtude visual novel. They are an indie game studio, which we have a very good relationship here on the channel. We've played a lot of their games, and we're going to be playing Homunculus Hotel. This game came out yesterday, and I would have had a video up yesterday, but it was my birthday, and I like to do the little birthday special event. Before we start this playthrough though, I want to mention that the key for this game was provided to me for free. However, Team SolEtude is not paying me to review the game or anything. They just want to see what I think of it. I'm excited, so we're going to hop right in and start. Now, it's entirely possible that we have to play through the demo section again, because it did look like the first little chapter of the game. Homunculus Hotel, a place in which people find refuge from the world's dangers and uncertainties. This butterfly up here is, I believe, a pink version of the Asobi logo, which is another game Team SolEtude made. And this game's actually a sequel to both Asobi and New Year's Morning, which we both played on the channel. They come here looking for a safe place, one that could help them get better. That's why all the rooms are always occupied by someone. And you can see them, walking through the corridors or having a lonely breakfast. Passing by the courtyard, each of them alone. The day when I first came here seems so distant now. I'd hear that the rooms of this hotel could show the guests' most personal and intimate dreams. Dreams from the past, dreams of possible futures, dreams of fears or desired achievements. But I could never see mine. So I decided that instead, I would help others understand their rooms and whatever they contain. Mine has become a solitary existence, maybe because of this job. I get to talk with lots of people during the day, since my schedule is filled with meetings. But then, in evenings such as this one, I find myself alone in my room. And, unable to resist the forceful waves of memories, I let myself go, and yearn for your company. By the way, the artwork for these games is always magnificent. Team SolEtude, they have excellent writing, excellent visuals. Oh hey, this is New Year's morning. Isabel, isn't the sky beautiful today? It is. But you're not even looking. Those shades of blue, the clouds gently floating. Oh, look, there's a butterfly flying over there. I envy them so much. There's another butterfly here on this mug, once again the Asobi logo. Asobi was a game about driving to a hotel, so I bet we're gonna have to play Asobi too. And why is that? Well, I'd like to be as free as they are, flying all around, free to be as I am. But you are free. We can do whatever we want. I don't know. Whenever I look around myself, I see that no one is truly free. We make cocoons with all of our uncertainties. We accept what is comfortable and become blind to our dreams. But it's not our fault. The world is changing for the worst, building traps. Having company is enough to be happy. A good job can make us enjoy life. And by believing those lies, we slowly kill ourselves. That's deep. I think that was the entire New Year's morning game. And then this is what Homunculus Hotel started with. A quick reference here, Beyond Your Window. That was the first Team SolEtude game I ever played. Way back when. And then of course Butterfly again. And a lamp, it looks like the Pixar lamp. This is, I think, I Kill Giants, Red Flower, After Dark, Soul Mount. I think I originally thought these were songs off the Planet X album, which was the soundtrack for a sketchbook about her son. Something like that, but I don't think it actually is. Oh. The memories of you are The memories of you are impressed deep in my mind. When we met, when we were together, when you left. And as soon as the memory gets clearer, it suddenly fades. And here I am again, in this hotel room. How ironic is it, that I can help others but not myself? I want to see my dreams so badly, but all I have are mementos. Of you. Of all the people that mean something to me. I wonder if someday one of these keepsakes will make a difference. Do we click things now? Oh, I love clicking things. Just a normal lamp, with the hotel's name written in gold on the base. Its light is perfect, not too strong, not too weak. Makes me think of someone who had no need for such a little lamp, Yasu. For he had the vastness of a field, the sweet sound of the wind. He gazed toward the horizon. Oh, it looks like so we think of the items and that connects us to the stories of the hotel. Rivieres of an autumn afternoon. I don't think I'm pronouncing that word correctly. Here we go. I wake up early in the morning with a headache. Not the best way to start the day, I guess. The light that comes from the window is soft, pale, and my body finds it difficult to get up. But it has to. I have to. So I force myself, lift myself up, rub my hands on my face, and get mentally ready for this new day. And of course, you can pet the dog. The first floor is corridor. It's been a while since I started working here. I was worried at first. The idea of the hotel that offers a support service to the guests still seems, well, strange. But I grew confident with it, with the idea and the job itself. I have to visit and then spend some time with some of them. Nothing too stressing. So here I am now. You can pet the dog. The director's dog. Her name is Apple. Seems like she was waiting for me. Should I pet her? Of course. Okay, I don't think that was in the... I don't think that was in the demo. I don't think the dog being named Apple was in the demo. And, well, I don't know if that's a reference of me, but if it is, that's super, super cool. Me, myself, and I. I'm pretty cute. Heck yeah. We can pick 101 or 102. And we can also look at the paintings. Let's do that. I never get tired of this one. Every time I see her tender smile, I get reminded of what elegance is. To work and live like that, I'm a little envious. I could never. Too clumsy. But that's okay, I guess. In the end, we are who we are. I gotta talk to the dog again. Oh, she barks happily. Yay! A portrait of the hotel's director. Always elegant, always radiant. She's such a classy woman. I wonder how she does it. Hours and hours. Let's go to room 101. 1 makes sense. It's the first room. 101. Let's go in. This is straight from the demo. I open the door and enter. I find myself in Yasu's vast field. He's right there, next to me, looking at the horizon. Hello, Mr. Yasu. How are you today? Well, I'm not great. I feel a little more tired than usual. I was wondering if it was already time for our meeting, Miss Isabel. Thank you for coming today. There's no need to thank me. It's my job, after all. I know, but I still think I should thank you. Thank you for thanking me, then. You said you were feeling tired? Still up at night? Still up at night? It seems I can't fall asleep. The scenery is too beautiful. Oh, this reminds me. There was a sparrow last night. It was flying right above my head. And strangely, it never reached land. Do you wish to fly away? Are there thoughts that still haunt you? I think this is the one I went with in the demo, so I'm going to ask this one. Are there thoughts that still haunt you? The answer is, sometimes I wonder, how's my family doing? And what about my friends? It feels selfish to be here, and yet I feel good. Should I be ashamed for feeling so happy here? Well, why should you? Going away so abruptly, it feels like I abandoned them. But the more I think about this, the more I remember my wife. She used to work in an office. And meanwhile, she kept painting, non-stop. She only wanted to portray what she felt. And so, after a year, she left her job. People thought she had gone mad. I knew she wasn't stupid, and she wasn't crazy at all. She just wanted to live freely. Maybe she went through the same feelings I'm having now. Now that I'm here, I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe she made some paintings about me, if I will ever see them. But, knowing her, I'm sure she just painted a hat. Isabel, have you ever felt like you're a floating weed, calmly drifting on a pond's surface? Let's ask for more detail. What do you mean? I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean? You see, I've been on the edge of two opposites for all my life. I had to work for someone else. I could always do what I wanted, too. For me, a floating weed is someone that can live between freedom and slavery, peacefully. Someone tied to earth and yet floating on water. It's a very peaceful image indeed. Oh, I get it. It's a very peaceful image indeed. Yes, and yet, something troubles me. But the more I explore myself, the more the sensation abandons me. Maybe you only have to accept it and let it go so that the peace can come out. Yes, I'm sure of this. It's strange. Thinking about all these memories made me feel better. Way better. Thank you to your help. The thoughts are slowly disappearing. In the end, it's useless to feel bad. I can't turn back the time, so I might as well move on and find my own peace. So, I think I'm ready. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I finally am. I want to move beyond. You see, the field is still... no wind. Not anymore. I was just waiting for you, to say goodbye properly, to tell you how I feel, and to thank you once again. So, thank you, Isabel, for all the help. And I hope you'll find your dreams soon. Is the hotel like an in-between of life and death? And you have to make peace before you can pass on? Interesting. By the way, the music is fantastic as well. I forget the name of the composer, but Team SolEtude worked with a composer. I'm sure it'll be in the credits at the end of the game. And their music is stellar. So we already checked the lamp. We probably can't check the lamp again. Oh shoot, wait. So, I'm skipping through this hoping it would loop again, but she basically said this lamp reminds her of Yasu because of his inner light and his reflected spirit of the wonderful human being. I truly hope he's with his wife now. Oh yeah, see, the lamp always remind me of Yasu's light, not only the one in his room, but also his inner light. We all have one inside of us. For some it shines brighter, for others it's dimmer, but it's what makes it human. That's what makes us human. And his reflected the spirit of a wonderful human being. I truly hope he's with his wife now. Yeah, that kind of makes me think maybe the wife moved on and he got really sad, and so he was in the hotel, and then he was ready, and eventually we could skedaddle to the next realm, if you will. There was something in here that I liked. Inner light. The wording inner light. There was a Star Trek episode called The Inner Light. That's really good. Some books and graphic novels that I really care about. All these pages remind me of Claire. She used to read a lot every day as she worked on her various projects. She was a huntress, constantly on the search for new ideas and images. Of all the memories I have of her, there's one I hold dearly. The last morning I saw her. It would be sad to work in a hotel like this, where you're just oh, this is called Pondering on Both Sides of the Blade. I think this one's new. I don't think I played this one in the demo. But being in this hotel and having to say goodbye to people all the time would be really sad. Huh. Today seems like it could be a good day. I woke up with your face in my mind, so I'm sure I dreamt of you. Once again, I'm thinking about our memories together. And when I do, I always feel a mixture of happiness and melancholy. And somehow the day feels less heavy. The dog is gone! Apple the dog is gone! Today the first floor is empty. Usually the director's dog is here, but maybe today she's with her. Also, no guests around. It's so lonesome. Did she just say the same thing? It's me! I may have gotten a few new wrinkles. Getting older seems to fit me quite well. Can we go into Yasu's room? He's not here anymore. Ooh. Ominous. Well, I mean, not really ominous. We know what happened. We saw it happen. We discussed it as it was happening, and so it happened. Oh, I remember this woman. What do I remember this woman from? Was she also in the demo? She might also have been in the demo. The film stocks, books, and notebooks that fill Claire's room seem to have increased. The room has never been particularly neat, but now it's worse than it ever was. Good morning, Claire. Oh, I didn't mean to hit the mic. How are you today? How are you today? Oh, Isabel, it's terrible. Terrible. I can't work. I can't even write a single line. Look at this. I was only able to scribble some notes. Not even a description or a dialogue. I just wrote, Maria's house, interior, afternoon. But then, what could happen? I don't know. I can't concentrate at all. Is something distracting you? What's the matter? Is something distracting you? I don't know. Maybe, but I have no clue what it could be. What about your dream, though? I've noticed this room is getting quite cramped. Huh, you think so? I didn't notice. You sure? You know the room doesn't lie. At least try. You can take all the time you need. Okay, fine. I did notice. Nothing new though, really. Just the usual. Tons of projects that need to be started, or finished. But this one, well, It's killing me. Lately, I've had this idea. To chase the beauty I feel. I don't plan much these days. I just follow my thoughts. Sitting at rest, not to discuss the shortcomings of other people. Setting out on a journey, fully appreciate the beauty of a dragon's river. It's a passage from Soul Mountain by Gao Jingjian, maybe? It perfectly captures how I feel. But lately, I easily get interrupted. Has that ever happened before? No. Well, to be honest, I don't remember that well. Maybe it did. That doesn't change anything. I still don't know what to do. I can't help but think I can't make it. Not alone, at least. So you think with others you could, or what's worrying you? I want to know what's worrying her. I want her to say it. I can't really read her right now. I want to know if she has like a full declaration. You know, Isabelle, projects used to make me happy. Being involved in something greater. Seeing people smile or cry in front of what I had created. It all gives you a different perspective on things. You even start to think you have a gift. Or that you matter and have a place in the world. I wonder if I deserved that place. And also, what's the point on working on other projects without others? Working alone can be an interesting challenge, it's true. Especially if you're used to working with people. Having to rely solely on yourself can be very tricky. Well, working alone could be an interesting challenge, don't you think? Well, yeah, maybe it could. But then this sense of loneliness wouldn't go away. I miss the people I once worked with. But at the same time, yes, it could be interesting. As a personal challenge, I mean. But do you think it would be useful? That's interesting. So I think this woman, she's just old. She's like wanting to retire, maybe? Or not wanting to retire because she's scared of retirement. It's up to you to discover that. Why don't you try and see what happens? I think you should confront your dream. Give it a try. Go back to work if you have to. My grandma went back to work. My grandma retired. And then she got a job as a waitress. Because she was like, I don't like sitting around the house. She got a job as a waitress. Why don't you try and see what happens? You could be surprised. Well, if you say so. I guess trying won't hurt that much. But anyway, you know, I'm sorry if I don't talk about my dreams. I have a bad relationship with them. Since I was little, I feared dreams. Why? What is it that frightens you? Ever since I was born, people used to say that it's useless to chase dreams, that if you do that you'll end up with nothing. I tried to go against that. I made the films I wanted to make. I forced myself to believe in them. But eventually, everyone ends up abandoning them, and I stopped chasing mine. I put my abilities into labels. I started trusting producers. I lost the love of my life. So now I want to take the old me back. But, I'm sorry. I know it's sad. I always try to smile. But the truth is that I lost all my hope. I'm here for you. So please, stay strong. Thanks, Isabelle. Really. Maybe I could get out early in the morning with only one camera, and just film. Doesn't matter what, you know? Just film everything. Maybe I'll feel good. I'll feel free. If I want to film the landscape outside the window for 4 hours, I can. I'm glad, Claire. It's so nice seeing you smile. Oh, thank you so much, Isabelle. And, well, I took my decision, and I feel it's time. I understand that, well, these projects will never end. As long as I go on, they'll just keep piling up. So, it's time to focus on the last one, and say goodbye. To them, and to you. Thank you. You were the kindest person. I'll hold you in my heart. This game is so sad, oh my gosh. This is so sad. Alright, so I notice here we have Yasu, Claire, Julie, Stefan, Julie, and Kim, Takeshi, Tim. Kim. Alright, so let's see this. All these books. I'll never go a collection as huge as Claire's, but it's nice to remember we always shared an interest. I hope she's still reading, wherever she is now. Alright, so we have the choice of coffee mug, pictures, calendar, vase, and notebook. Let's do the notebook. Do I really want to go to sleep? Yes, we've done enough for today. We deserve some rest. Since I came here, each day has had the same routine. Wake up, let the workday flow, get back to my room. But now that I think about it, things weren't any different before. Thanks to Yasu and Claire though, I remember that repetition can mean peace, a peaceful existence. One that enjoys the stillness of and dedication to personal thoughts and preservation. When I think about my life before arriving in the hotel, or even my life as a whole, I only realize that these simple truths escape me, slaving away for a company that didn't respect me. Even though you were always there, reminding me to be sincere. And, once again, I lose myself into reveries about you. That means memories, I believe. Because Team SolEtude had a game called Rivieri, and they changed the title to Reminiscence in the Night. It was about memories. We also played that on the channel. You know what? I love having breakfast with you. It feels so peaceful for once. What do you mean? Well, you know, lately it's been pretty stressful. Do you say that because of me? No, it's just, you've been feeling down and I'm worried. You don't have to be. It's not your fault after all. I'm just so tired. I know, but you are so miserable. Please, don't pity me. I get enough of that at work. Then maybe you should do something different. What? Is this what it's about? I only want what's best for you. You know that. If your job doesn't make you happy, then enough. I know what you're trying to say. I shouldn't pretend to be understood. No, I understand. You know I do. I love you so much. That's some yikes conflict right there. At one point, we started arguing a lot. A struggle was hidden somewhere, every day. There was not only one elephant in the room. They filled the whole apartment. It's true. I couldn't stand the idea of you doing that kind of job. Of you getting involved with different people each night, or putting yourself at risk, even though it was freeing for you. I know you desired it more than anything else, but was that really worth it? Even now, it's difficult for me to think that you didn't suffer, but I'm left with no answers. I don't know how you truly felt. At first we used to talk a lot, discussing everything that happened between us. Then, with time, we stopped, as we got more and more involved with our own things. I know I could have been a better partner. I could have tried to understand you better. And now I can't do more than remembering and go on throughout the days, without you. Ooh, okay, so I think that the person we're eating breakfast with is the main character from Asobi. Which Asobi is a game all in itself. Asobi was a deep one. I can't wait to see how Asobi connects to all this. Let's check the calendar. Each time I look at the appointments of the month and the names written on the calendar, I think about their voices. What stories they had to tell, what lives I could see through their recallings. And among them, the images and words from Julie's first session still rings in my mind, heavy. Thanks to her, I can see a light shining when the path becomes too dark for me. Floor 2, Fleeting Family Ties. This will be an interesting one. Sometimes I observe the hotel's courtyard. It's almost empty in the early mornings, and then the soft breeze that caresses me helps me concentrate and get mentally ready for the day. It's in moments like these that I can think more straightly, in which I don't lose myself through memories, and in which I miss you most. Cat. Here I am, second floor. The light here is always so smooth, so calming. Ironic, since the rooms here are the heaviest emotionally for me. I often encounter this cat when I come here. The director told me he has no owner. I wonder where he comes from. Should I pet him? Of course. Ow, he scratched me. Yeah, cats do that sometimes. He scratched me again. He scratched me again. We just get torn up by the cat. I think this clock is as old as this place. I always had the impression that I could just break it by touching it. And sometimes I'm tempted to do it. Maybe another time, though. Breakfast for 2. Something about this makes me feel so lonely. Like someone was abandoned and poured all their feelings into these cups. Alright, we're gonna head into room 203 next, but I'm gonna go run and get some water. Hold on one sec. Well, I guess you won't have to hold on. I'm gonna cut the video. Alright, water has been sipped, voice has been slightly rested, and we can go into room 203. Room 203, until some weeks ago, was occupied by a young man. It has been vacant for some time, and then Julie arrived. Julie in room 203! What could you have to say? What do you who do we think Julie is? What kind of a person is Julie? Well, she's a lot of people, it looks like. As I enter Julie's room, I find myself in what appears to be a real nightmare. Are all these her? I recognize the true one, though. It's this one right here. Her expression tells it all, really. Wait, unless it's this one. It's one of these two. Rapidly, I sit next to her. Good morning, Julie. How are you today? How are you today? Hi, Isabel. Haha. What am I supposed to say? Just how you're feeling now. Yeah, but how do I say this? go on, don't worry. I barely know you. I only know your name, and you're here to work. So it's a little awkward. No offense meant, of course. Haha. None taken. Does this situation make you uncomfortable? A little. Yes. Sorry. Don't worry. Let's try talking a little, okay? Okay. So, haha. What exactly should we talk about? Like, my past? What I'm thinking now? Whatever you want. But since you mentioned it, tell me some of your past. Okay. Where do I start? I've always been an only child. My parents were very kind, but also strict. You know, they cared a lot about grades and such. Oh, and people's impressions. A classic, right? But well, that's how they were. Everything was about good grades and nice smiles. You know, all work and no play. May I ask you, how was your life before the hotel? Do you feel like talking about it? My life before... I worked in a wonderful office. I had a wonderful husband in a wonderful city. All very wonderful. Yes, right? I've always wondered, how'd I get there? You know, one moment before everything was average, and then everything was wonderful. Were you happy? And were you happy? Yeah, of course I was. Haha. You don't seem so sure. It's just that, well, happiness is subjective. Your happiness may not coincide with mine, and, you know, you live your life, and then things just end. People around you get 3 days of mourning, your funeral ends, your family splits your inheritance, and life eventually goes on for everyone. And you find yourself in a strange hotel, and you're once again alone. That's why I'm not sure if I'm happy now. It's difficult for me, you know? I'm not used to making decisions. Usually, I just do what others tell me to do. Can I ask you why? I don't know. Usually people tell me what I should or should not do, and I follow their advice. It's nothing particularly strange. Or is it? That depends on how you feel about it. Does it make you feel bad? Well, sometimes, yes. It's suffocating. I find myself living a life that isn't mine. Talking with people I don't love. Doing things I don't understand. But always with a smile on my face. Do you think this relates to your dream? Whatever is happening on the screen? It could, yes. But I can't understand how. I mean, I used to smile a lot and loved cinema, but what could this mean? I really don't get it. I'm scared. Well, I'll interpret this for you. So it looks like these are all people watching a movie. I think these are movie seats that they are in. And this one's in a different outfit, but this one's not smiling like the other ones. So I don't know which one's the real Julie. Maybe they're both the real Julie. What do you think about your room then? How does it make you feel? Well, it makes me anxious and nervous. Haha. Sorry, I try to laugh, but it's difficult. Don't worry, you don't have to force yourself. In fact, don't laugh. That's awkward. Yeah, I'll try. All these me's remind me of a bad time in my life. You know, Isabel, I lived a pretty lonely life. I mean, it was a wonderful one. Nothing really bad ever happened. Yet I can't help but wonder, was it really mine? Or was it someone else's? Following others' orders, desires, advice. Yes, I had a wonderful husband, but does that matter when you can barely see him? Yes, we had a wonderful house, but does that matter when you can barely live in it? Work, 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 work. Only work. All day, every day. A repetition of work, earn money, spend it. We wanted 2 children, you know? But how could I give birth in such a world? There's too much hate all around. Too much division. Too much loneliness and abandonment. Life was barely tolerable for me. How could I ever possibly bring a new life to a place like this? So I had to refuse. And he left me for someone else. Oh, Lord. And I accepted it. With a sweet smile on my lips. I hate myself for that. I hate these stupid smiles. How can people like me live life in such a way? You know what's crazy? Is I knew someone named Julie who also had a husband, and the husband wanted to have children and she didn't, and they also ended up getting a divorce. Which, I mean, Julie's like a really common name, right? But that's just kind of funny. How can we just accept? What was wrong with me at that time? Maybe these other me's are all the times I betrayed myself. I was thinking like a multiverse thing. Like this is the Julie that ate like cornflakes, and this is the Julie that ate Lucky Charms. This is the Julie that didn't eat anything. And like depending on what advice she took from the people versus what she wanted to do, like it makes a new Julie. All the times I smiled. What should I do now? Learn from all that. That's a really vague thing to say, but do it. Well, learn from all that and be your true self. That's the best thing you can do. Yeah, huh. Is that the right thing to do? Huh. I wonder. Maybe you're right. I should look at my past, study it, understand my mistakes, and then go on with my life. But is it really possible? Can I do it? Do I have the strength? I could try at least. Julie, this hotel is not against you, even if sometimes it may seem so. It exists for you, for me, for everyone that inhabits these rooms. And this dream, your dream, for how terrifying or dark it may be, is here to help you understand yourself, change yourself, believe in yourself. That's what dreams do. I had a dream someone was trying to stab me last night in my garage, and I detained them, and then I called the police that they would get taken to jail. And then you know what's so funny? I was like, gosh, this person that just tried to stab me was super attractive. But then I woke up and I was like, what was that dream? When I was still a guest here, I used to take many photos of the hotel and the guests. Many of them have left the hotel. And the others, well, we're not so friendly anymore. Time passes and things change, right? This reminds me, a long time ago, Stefan was just like me. He really wanted to listen to people, to know about their life. Even though he often said he didn't care about others, he spent a lot of time with some of the guests. And when I think about him, the words from one of our sessions come to mind. This chapter is called Looking Down into a Bottomless Pit. I love these little chapter things, by the way. They remind me of poems almost. How poems have really simple titles. Sometimes, as soon as I wake up, I listen to something. I'll usually go back to the same 2 or 3 songs, the ones that remind me of you. Today it's the turn of Daki by Massimo Volume. I haven't heard it in such a long time, but once it starts, I always feel like I'm not alone anymore. That's nice. The cat has moved positions, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, today there's only one session with Stefan. Good luck to me. Cat. It's strange to see this cat so calm. Should I pet him? It's worth the scratch. He scratched me! He scratched me again! Huh. He scratched me again! Infinite scratches. Room 204. Just looking at it makes me anxious. Well, nothing to do but go in. Also, my monitors flicker. Oh my goodness gracious. As usual, Stefan is looking into the mirror, and as always, I wait for him to talk, whenever he's ready, but it's strange. Today something feels different. Welcome back, Isabel. How are you doing today? Still sleepy. Well, I haven't slept much, so still sleepy. And you? And you're supposed to help like that? Huh. Anyway, today's a bad day. As usual. I feel like I have no energy. I don't know why. How long do you plan on staying here today? Am I disturbing you? Oh? Am I disturbing you? Huh, whatever. Just don't distract me from the mirror. Have you seen something new in it? Always straight to the point, huh? Sometimes I forget that's why you're here. Just to know me. How I feel. How I think. Control me. What is it that brought you here? Some kind of advertisement? A friend told you about this place? Was it the possibility to influence other people? Is that how you think about the world? And how you act? Do you let yourself be controlled by others? Is that why you want to control things? Or guide them towards where you want? And as always, you expect to do the same with me. I'm just trying to do my job. You know that. Do your job. Those 3 words are an absolute truth. Controlling others while being controlled. Is this what your job is? For you, knowing that you have to listen to others and guide them is enough, right? And I imagine you want me to shut up. But you know I won't. Because this is my time, and I can do whatever I want with it. I'm controlling you. I decide what to tell you. Depending on your question, I choose how to answer. If I feel like it, I might tell you a story. If I don't, I might just play with you. So, you think your questions control me, but it's the opposite. Huh, you know, I've realized something lately. We're not humans anymore, Isabel. So, we should just move on, and not care about human things anymore. Let's just give up art, meaning, purpose, satisfaction. Let's just toss away personality, individuality, love, feelings. Let's embrace money, work, technology, property. Let's live to get a nice new house, a new supercar, a new bank account. Let's work and be just that, our job. Not humans, but a label. We're working labels. We are musicians, artists, lawyers, accountants, cashiers, street cleaners. All this just to avoid being purposeless. And all this sadness and unsatisfaction, only to keep walking. So yeah, let's not pretend to be humans anymore. So what about the eyes, man? Aren't those human? Those are only memories. Nothing more. Memories I try to avoid by looking through the mirror. They seem to haunt you. Sometimes. Any idea why? Like, for example, if you think it's some trauma from my childhood, or some of them. Whoa! Is this the first time Team SolEtude has cussed in a game? I'm sorry to disappoint you. Then what is it? Oh, I thought... Stefan's room is creepy, man. Some time ago. Before, I should say. I was a different person. As you already know, I was a musician. Admired by fans, by critics, depending on the trends, or by other musicians. And yet, I didn't care about other people. I didn't look at anyone with interest. I was closed into myself. I just wanted to explore myself. That's when the eyes appeared in my dreams. At first, there were only 2, and they started multiplying, day by day. And now that I'm here, they're all around me. Does this story satisfy you? What are they looking for? Is it something specific? For the humanity left in me, I guess. Well, where is it, Stefan? I got kicked out. Is he not satisfied? Oh no. Well watered today too. Are you watering yours, I wonder? Or do you even keep flowers anymore? Are you even still alive? Oh god, that's too sad. I can't. Dear Julie, time passes endlessly. Sometimes slowly, others too rapidly, and I often can't keep track of it. But I hope you can value your own time now. It's time to go to sleep. Did we fail Stefan's room because he didn't choose to move on? I feel like maybe we asked the wrong question. I'm not used to questioning myself. That's why Stefan scared me so much. I couldn't stand his questions or anything he had to say to me. And I always knew that what he said was the truth, and that's why I didn't want to listen. It's the same thing you did, telling me the truth about the world. And it pointed out my mistakes, clearly. Talking with Julie was more pleasant, but still, nonetheless, it was difficult. I now realize that she confronted her memories, and I confronted mine. And all my questions were not for her, but for myself. Still, I can't help but being scared by her, too. By the intentions behind her words. By the possibilities that she hid in her past. By what she decided to tell me and what she couldn't say. Maybe, both with Stefan and Julie, what isn't said is worse than what has been said. Listen, Isabel, I thought about it and I think it's better if we break up. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm sorry, but I can't go on like this. Is it about your job? Partly. You know how important it is for me. Yeah, it's more important than me, I know. Why do you always have to compare it to yourself? This thing is not about you. I told you a billion times. How can it not be about me too? Do you know how it feels? How it feels to know you're out with someone else? For money? Every night? And I'm here, alone? I don't care if it's just a job. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So yeah, do whatever you want. Just leave me alone. It's not for money. You really can't understand. I played Asobi and I'm also having a hard time understanding. It was a while ago. Okay, Kim and Takeshi, not Tim and Kakeshi. Oh, then we left each other, like many do at some point. Things start, and eventually they reach an end. This is what I've tried telling myself for a long time. But now it's too difficult, too heavy. I can help others to sustain themselves and be better, but I can't really help myself. Stefan, even though he's always scared me, I still worry about him a lot. Hope he's in a good place now. I am not satisfied by Stefan's non-ending. Young like a blooming flower, so was Kim, fermented by love, like me, both hoping for a better future. By the way, these videos are usually long because I play the game in one segment. I noticed we just passed like the 40-minute mark on my recording, so we're probably going to reach like an hour, but I like to have the full game all in one. Sometimes I wake up with only one thought in my mind. Work is a pain. It's so sad that we can't just wake up and live. It's sad that life itself, or how hard it can be. Shoot, I pressed the spacebar. I'm sorry. and that I have to wake up, go out, and confront a work schedule. What are we becoming? No pet on this floor? Ooh, this floor is not doing so hot. No painting, coat on the light, a silent day on the 3rd floor. It always kind of creeped me out. There's no painting. There used to be a painting here. I tried to ask the director, but she never answered. Could it bring back a painful memory? Or someone stole it? A broken vase. The flowers are fake, so why is there water on the ground? Takeshi's jacket. I wonder, how much time has passed since the last time I saw him wearing it? We used to keep things and then forget about them. Or maybe there's a purpose in not using them. Is this thought stupid? Who knows? Alright, 305. Takeshi's room. Oh, we are not going to Takeshi's room. We need to go to Kim's room. 306. Not 305. 306. This is gonna be an interesting one. Whenever I enter Kim's room, I find her longing for her past, as am I. And I envy her a lot, since she's still able to see her lover through a dream. Oh, hi Isabel. Hello, Kim. How are you feeling? Is everything alright? Well, it's strange. I feel like a broken record, as if I'm divided between different tunes, playing separately. Totally detached and yet close to each other. There's noise all around, and then music, and noise again, and I just... What is it? The usual, Isabel. I'm wondering. About him? Are you thinking about him? Well, no. Hey, nice! Not today, at least. But now that you mention him, sometimes I still wonder what he's doing. You know, like, where is he now? What is he doing? Well, I'm here. How is he feeling? Ooh, been there, done that, Kim. Been there, done that. Don't want to dive down that rabbit hole. So how does that make you feel? Let's dive down that rabbit hole. Well, it's interesting at times, because I can imagine infinite possibilities. I picture them in my mind. I visualize the colors, the rooms he moves through, the various looks in his eyes, the words he says, and everything becomes more beautiful than reality itself. In these moments, I understand what love is about, to find someone dear to you, and be interested in their existence. And what they could do or be or say when you're not with them, what they could become in the future, or even who they will be when you're meeting them in a few hours. And then I realize these thoughts can become stories. But, well, is it the right thing to do so? Is it right to put someone's life into words? Do I have the right to tell someone's secrets? Don't all novelists write about other people? Yeah, maybe, but I don't. I prefer to write about me. It's easier, more sincere. To write about others means to invade personal space. I can't write about someone without their permission. It's like murdering them to me. There's something so awfully cruel in doing that, as if it was a profanation of sorts. Something's broken inside of me. Half my heart feels anxious, the other half longs for him, and I can't decide which part I should follow. Should I surrender to love? Or should I look at myself? Am I feeling? Or am I just me? It's so difficult to understand. The notes in my head keep repeating themselves. Broken, redundant, and his caresses are both a curse and a blessing, mostly because it's not him. Oh my... Dude, I don't know why that scared me so much. I think the way it faded in, it's like I had like no eyes or something. But only a shade of my memories. Well, I did not read that. As I remember his touch over my skin, or his eyes glancing at me, or the curtains slowly moving next to us, I feel alive once again. But this is only a dream. Yeah. No! Kim didn't, like, say she was ready to move on too. Alright, we need to figure out what the trigger for Takeshi is. Is it the mug? This mug is always something. Like, being made of cold ceramic doesn't factor in even slightly, just like Takeshi. Cold a moment before and bubbling within the bat of an eyelash. I gotta be better at reading. I'm playing a visual novel and I'm not reading. I've like skipped... Oh, this one's called Expiration Date. That's a nice title. A calm day. While looking outside the window, abandoning myself to the emptiness, I feel a strange heaviness inside of me. I can't go on drinking. Coffee, or tea, presumably, in that case, because there was a little tea tag hanging out. 3rd floor, the emptiest of all. Something that strangely reflects its occupants. Like Takeshi. It always feels a bit cold from outside. Are we gonna open the door and it's like a snowy mountain? Snowy mountain time. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is a snowy mountain. That's a surprise. I didn't know that beforehand. I've never played this before. I played the demo. To burn with desire. To burn with desire in a cold and windy world. To gently fall on the ground like snowflakes. Unique, yet seemingly identical. It has always been strange to talk with Takeshi, because my words never seem to truly reach him. Somehow, he constantly manages to escape from my grasp. I've never been able to entirely capture the image of him. Hello, Takeshi. What's on your mind today? How are you feeling? What's on your mind today? I've been thinking and observing, as usual. Today the snow fell more ferociously. It seems the dream is changing, which means that I am. And the world is, too, alongside me. It's a strange sensation. The snow is warmer. Warmer? How so? It's quite difficult to describe. I don't know if I can find the right words. But what I mean is, the snow is burning. Burning me with the desire to act. I feel like this world is a prison. I wander through this endless land, and struggle to not lose myself. And the only way is through act. What kind of act? Excuse me. As always, I'm losing myself in my preoccupation. Don't worry about that. It's my job to listen to you. That's true. One must never lose their focus, both in everyday life and while deep in thought. We must pay attention to be focused. And do you feel like you're not focused? Sometimes I am. Other times I'm not. My mind wanders. And I lose myself halfway through my thoughts, through my feeling, through my sensation. And when I start wandering, everything becomes one. There's no distinction anymore. All the things are the same thing. Well, what happens then? I just walk. Walk and think. And as I walk, I see specters from everyday world. They fleetingly appear around me, sending me their doomed messages, and I flee from them. Or at least I try. There are silhouettes in the verge of suicide, children hurt by their loved ones, artists exploited by their audience, employees forced into a job they hate just to survive, people with no way to survive the everyday, people who stopped, people who couldn't follow the world's glowing speed. This is the image of today's world, and it pains me, and if I stopped, it would be the end of me. I would become a specter among them, so I won't, no matter what happens to me, no matter what it means. I can't afford to stop, even though I would like to. But the snow is turning warmer, right? Yes, slowly, but it's happening for sure, and maybe one day it will slow down, and I too will be able to change pace. In the end, my struggle is a clash of ideals, to keep on walking, following the growing speed of the world, and to stop and fall victim of the world's apathy. When did you start walking? When I was still a child, but I think it's the same for everyone. Especially nowadays, it's impossible not to. We all have to. The world forces us. We are forced to survive. We are forced to work. We are forced to make money. And so, we are forced to walk. There's not much we can do about it. That's the sad truth about us. From the moment we are born, we are bound to walk and suffer. Maybe some worse than others. But for sure, we'll be forced to keep going. We won't be able to get some rest. We won't have the time. Because in our modern world, stopping means losing. No one will remember us. No one will care about us. And we won't be able to start walking again. People we love may die. We may lose our way. We may lose ourselves. And yet, we won't be able to stop. This hurts me. It's unjust. But you are right. The snow is getting warmer and warmer. The world still constantly rotates. The universe continues to change. And we still move on. My own desire. To follow my own pace. To follow my own thoughts. To not lose myself. To be focused. It may be possible. Okay, I just think at this point that people aren't checking out anymore. Those first ones, either they were easy, or we got lucky. Alright, is it possible to see someone's face when we look at a certain flower? Because that's what happens when I look at them now. I think about you, thanks to Kim's teaching. Love is absolute, and never passes. True. Even if we move on, we always keep a fragment of that love with us. True. Do I really want to go to sleep already? Yeah, we checked out the two other appointments we had. Takeshi and Kim. All these memories that came to mind. All these scenes, all these words. They echo through me, painfully stabbing my very being. When I think about all of these people, it's hard to sit still. These memories are too important. I feel it in the hotel's corridors. The people breathing without hope, going through the motion. The focus gets cleared and the lights turn sharp. Tears burn my eyes and my mind grows weary. How much time has passed since my first day here? How many days have gone by since the last time I saw you? And how many since the first time we ever spoke? Should I still think about you? Should I just forget you? How is it that I can tell others to move on, but I can't do that myself? Deep question. I can't love myself, like many others of my generation. I can't find the energy to overcome the thoughts, the preoccupations, the fears. The only thing I can do is lose myself into this void space, and hope. Hope to move on. Hope to see you, to talk with you, at least one last time, even if it's only a dream. Ooh, I wonder if Asobi was this person's dream, because in Asobi you're driving a taxi that Isabel, no, the girl is in. Maybe that's our dream. Isabel, huh? Is that you? Yo, yes, it's been a long time. But I thought you didn't want to be with me anymore. I know, and I'm sorry, but you must understand that. Sorry, I'm suffocating. Literally? Oh, that's better now. You always built up these walls. It was impossible for me to get really in touch with you. So it was really all my fault. No, it's just who you are. You must understand that I've never accepted it, just like you never accepted me. I stood there while you became more and more unhappy. You kept wanting to own all of me. We weren't ready to truly see each other. But now, let's just talk about it. Let's put everything on the table, okay? Oh, look at this! We're like opening up. This is really neat. I like the idea of like taking away the UI to open up, like physically show how we're opening up. I missed you all this time. While I was away, I always thought about you, and I wanted to. What? Oh, this is a horror game? Oh, I thought she was gonna lunge at me. Oh, it's a hug. I thought I was gonna get lunged at. I thought I was gonna get eaten. How wonderful. How wonderful. I missed this. I don't know what to say. Rimu, so much time has passed. Do you really care about time? We can rewrite it. We can go back. At least in here. In your dreams. Oh, is this fake? Is this not real? In my dreams, I always see you. I know. I'm here now. Please, don't leave me. I missed you so much. I won't go anywhere. You told me something once, remember? Yes. School was almost over. It was a hot summer, and we were together. As usual. Yes, as usual. At that time, everything was simpler. We just had to study. Worries were so far away from us. We met each other just the year before. We were already close. I always thought you had something special within you. And back then, your smile made me so happy. Every day I went to school, and it was thanks to that. You were my reason to live. I don't say that lightly. Without you, nothing would have made sense. And that day, all these feelings suddenly spilled. I still remember. You moved toward the door and stopped. And slowly, you turned toward me. Eee, happy. Smiles. Beautiful artwork, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. You smiled back at me. You look so surprised. For someone like me, be loved by you. I really was, yeah. Even when you went away, I just stood there. I don't know why I've never told you that. Do you think our destiny was already set? Maybe. Deep down, I've always known I didn't own you. I knew you were feeling suffocated. I didn't understand. And I tried to make you stay in every possible way, to capture you. I knew your work was important to you, that it was holding you together. To me, that couldn't make sense though. And I always thought, one day I would wake up, alone, just like your clients. I felt terrible, and in the end, I couldn't love you like I should have. People always thought that I would be unhappy. Someone couldn't possibly sell their body and still be whole. I know you thought that too. Many times I tried to express my feeling, but I couldn't. I was afraid you would reject me, so I left you first. This is, I mean, my gosh. The lines are just... Hair is really difficult to draw, and it looks so wonderful. Props to the artists. I'm sure they'll be in the credits, and I'll gush all about them when we get to that point. I dreamt that morning. Ever since. The morning you told me how unhappy you were, and how selfish I was. I know. But in here, yeah, this is all like in the hotel, so I don't think any of it's actually real. We can go back. Unless she also checked into the hotel. But I don't think she did that. Developed by Team SolEtude, Homunculus Hotel, the credits! Goodness gracious. What a game. Character art by Gaia. Excellent work. Excellent, excellent work. Animations by Emma. Lovely. Background art and UI by Lydia. I don't know if I recognize that name from previous games. Rinkaku, of course, I know. My correspondent at Team SolEtude. The programmer, writer. Excellent work. Great, great game. Interpreters, Isabelle was by Isabelle. Yasu, Claire's Claire, Julie was Julia. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Oh yeah, the soundtrack. Channel Dreams, Yamaji Kazuhide, and I can read the third name. Special thanks to our inspirations. Ah, look at all those. Kanye West was on there. This game is dedicated to those struggling to get through the day. Thank you for playing. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful game. What a wonderful game from Team SolEtude. Lovely as always. Brilliant to play. Such a thought-provoking game. Let's talk about it a little bit. In the last few minutes before I end the video, let's chat. So what was the hotel? Obviously the hotel, as we saw from the first two stories, it's a place to sort of like get everything in order, finalize like yourself before you move on to whatever's next, before you check out of the hotel. Of course, there's the question of why were we there then, as the player? Why was Isabelle there? And well, Isabelle said she checked in to, you know, get herself in order, and then to figure out she didn't have dreams. She couldn't see them. But at the end of the game, we did see them. And I think the whole process of like helping others to help yourself was the main arc there. And I don't think how I interpreted that ending is not that Isabelle and the other girl got back together. I think Isabelle what? Realized she wasn't the problem? Or realized she was partially the problem? Kind of like recognizing your own faults and being able to move on from there. That's how I interpret it. Their whole like coming back together was, in my mind, her accepting like the split almost. It's weird though. How would accepting a split be visualized as coming back together? But you know, it's important after something ends to understand why it ended. And I'm talking from experience. I've spent days laying in bed sad at the end of a relationship, wondering what went wrong, and you know, getting all those thoughts together, figuring stuff out is what's important to help you get back up and walk away. That's my interpretation. It's potentially not correct, but that's how I interpreted the novel. At the end of the day, this is, you know, a visual novel, and you can read a book and interpret it many ways, just as you can play this game and interpret it many ways. This game is available on Steam. I believe it is $5, but it is currently on sale. If you watch this later than when I posted it, it might not be on sale. But I'll put a link in the description to the Steam page if you want to check that out. There'll also be a link to the playlist of all the other Team SolEtude games if you enjoyed the writing, art style, etc. All the games are lovely. Check them all out. And show Team SolEtude some support, guys. They are huge supporters of the channel, and I'm always happy to be able to work with them. That being said, that is going to be all for now. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me when you guys share my videos around. I'll catch you guys all back here next time for the next video. Until then, as always, take care.